Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. This is part 4 of a 5-part series on weight loss tips for women, backed by science. If you're a guy watching this, following these tips will definitely help you as well. Link it below in the description for the full article. I'm gonna go over 5 tips in this video, so let's rule your fitness. Tip number 1 is to use smaller plates. The thought process behind that is smaller plates means less food, less calories, which means more potential for fat loss. And an alternative for that though is instead of using a smaller plate, keep that same plate size, but instead of having those calorically dense foods, those junk foods that bring no nutritional value, switch it for whole foods, low calorie foods that are going to give you the right amount of carbs, proteins, and fats for your needs to stimulate fat loss. Tip number 2 is to take a probiotic supplement. Studies have shown that probiotics can increase the hormones that reduce appetite. So the thought process behind that is reduce appetite, the less that you'll eat, which means less calories that you're taking in, which means more potential for fat loss. Tip number 3 is to do yoga. Yoga helps reduce stress. Less stress means less stress eating. You can also do cardio yoga, fat loss yoga to increase your activity level. And from personal experience, fat loss yoga, cardio with yoga is an actual thing. I once tried one of those videos from Yoga with Adrian, and 5-10 minutes in, I was huffing and puffing. So cardio yoga, fat loss yoga is a great tool to, increase your activity level and to potentially, stimulate fat loss. Tip number 4 is to chew slower. Studies have shown that chewing 50 times per bite reduces caloric intake as opposed to only chewing 15 times per bite. Another study showed that when you chew 150% slower, you reduce caloric intake by 9.5%, and when you chew 200 times slower or 200% slower, you reduce caloric intake by 14.8%. And when you chew slower, you're giving the body time to adjust. Hormones are being released, going up to the brain to let your brain know how much food is in the body. If you've ever scarred food down in a short amount of time, you know that right after you eat, you're okay, but after 5-10 minutes, you can't move properly because that's the brain realizing there's a lot of food in the system and we gotta stop to allow the food to be digested. Tip number 5 is to eat a healthy breakfast packed with good quality fiber and protein. Those two things are gonna make you feel fuller and satiated for longer, so that way you're not snacking left, right, and center every 30 minutes before lunch, which is gonna keep the amount of calories that you put in less, which means more potential for fat loss. And if you're getting value out of this video, please subscribe, turn on that bell, leave a comment down below, because here on this channel, we try to empower people at home and nutrition and at the gym with the goal of building muscles. So if you like that, subscribe. And again, this is part 4 of 5 of the 5-part series for weight loss tips for women that could also help men. So if you haven't already, watch video parts 1 through 3 and subscribe to get part 5. And always remember to make mirrors your canvas, waste your paintbrush, sweat your paint, and may your drawing always be beautifully unfinished.